Girl, it's what I heard. Allegedly, it's just the word. Allegedly, it's on the street. Allegedly, I sing to the beat. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly, lee, lee, lee. Allegedly. Okay, let's check out Bethenny's podcast, Rewives. Who the hell is Elizabeth Moss? Oh, she's an actress? I ain't heard of her. Okay, they talking about the Scary Island episode, and I'm a peep at the Scary Island episode because I ain't never seen it, so y'all getting a twofer. Because this is an iconic episode of Housewives of New York, and I've actually never really seen it, so I'm gonna watch it. So the episode is called Sun, Sand, and Psychosis. So we open, they're on a yacht. They had a fabulous night last night. We've got Ramomo, Bethenny, Kelly Kilgore, Ben Simon, and Sonia. So Bethany's talking about being called a hoe bag last night. She's like, I'm a chef and author and a hoe bag. And Kelly Kilgore, Ben Simon says, you're a cook. You're a cook. So Kelly's the one who is just kind of crazy all day. She probably took a couple of pills and had a bad come down. Seems kind of hyper. So Bethenny says, well, what's the difference between a cook and a chef? And Kelly's like, oh, well, you know, chefs work in restaurants. And she's like, there's a chef in there. They're not working in a restaurant. This isn't a restaurant. Well, I guess I don't know. Well, if you don't know it, then don't say it. That's my Bethenny voice. That was a little fast, a little nasal. I have no idea if you're cooking or not. I never ate your food. She's getting nervous. She's getting hyper. Kelly, she's on one all episode. Sonia said, well, I'm a chef, Bethenny, and I didn't go to culinary school. Okay, so Kelly called Bethenny a hoe bag because Bethenny implied Kelly isn't smart. And she's so high, she doesn't seem intelligent. And this is 3 minutes into the episode. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, a cook is someone who prepares and cooks food, while a chef is a skilled and trained cook who works in a hotel or restaurant. So basically, a chef has gone through training and a cook hadn't. You know, I wonder how long this season's gonna be, or this show rather, because they don't have that many iconic episodes. I mean, I guess if you go through all seasons, but I mean, did DC ever give us a moment? Did Dallas really ever give us a moment? We got a couple from Orange County, a couple from Beverly, a few from Jersey, but like y'all ain't got that many iconic episodes. A lot of them are Fugazi and Philo. Oh, that whispering heifer from Brooklyn is here. I forget her name, but she's like, Kelly, you're the one who started yelling. Because she high. Bethenny said, Kelly, nobody understands what you're talking about. No one does, because you're high. So the whispering white woman from Brooklyn's like, you know what, Bethenny? Let's just talk over here. My husband's making waffles for the boys at the house. Look over here. Leave the crazy heifer alone. That's what I would do. And of course, she asked her a cooking question. And Bethenny said, oh, you know, that was very timely. Well, she says, no, she was trying to pump you up and distract you from Kelly Kilgore Bissimo. Now you understand. It's season 3, episode 12, Sun, Sand, and Psychoco. But now a lady comes in with a tray of peanut butter cookies that look delicious. So it's afternoon. We're in our bathing suits on the back of the boat. Bethenny's trepidate because I think this is like her first season. But, girl, you can handle it. But, ooh, it's still Ramona. Girl, I want to go to here. Where are we? Is this Italy? This is a freaking castle. Oh, that pole. Okay, this is probably the nicest accommodations I've ever seen on a housewife show, ever. So everybody gets settled in the house, and Bethenny drops off a little skinny girl gift bag to everybody with their initials on it, as a way to say, let's have fun, you know, let's be friends, trying to be cool and cute. Child, Kelly Kilgore Ben Simone looks at hers like it's something that's gonna jump out at her and is upset it's filled with Bethany-centric product. I don't get why she did this. You're high, you're not gonna get anything but, oh Lord, that neck. Ooh, that neck. It has more rings than Giselle's. You know, I can't tell if this is Kelly Kilgore Ben Simone or Mick Jagger. But let's count the rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 50. She's 50. Oh my God, now she crying? Because she got a gift bag? I'm here by myself with no friends. So she calls Jill Zarin, and now she's saying the trip is a disaster. Now she mad Bethenny on the trip because her father passed. Maybe she needed a getaway. Now, Kelly, you've had nightmares about Bethenny stabbing you. This is psychosis. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. I don't know if it's powder or pill form. But now Jill Zarin is concerned. I'd be concerned too. Her hatred for Bethenny right now, it can only be medically induced. I see why Bethenny would start with this episode, because it's all about her being a victim, which is what she loves to be. But Kelly, Bethenny ain't really do nothing to you. She really ain't. You're just high. Actually, you're not high, you're low. You're low vibrational, which is why you can't even enjoy your drugs. The next morning, everybody's having a good time making breakfast until Kelly come in. Ooh. She said the people that are talking about stuff, I thought they could write it down, so I've got a little complaint pad. You need a pad, all right, a room with padded walls. So she invites the girls to take pictures, and she says, Bethenny, I don't know what your story is, but if you want to come, you're invited. I guess Bethenny's cooking for everybody all weekend to show off her skills. Now you don't cook no more. Now you talk about skin products on TikTok. And yes, y'all, I am on TikTok at Alex D. Rodgers. It's linked below. The girls ain't feeling that complaint list, though. They like, we'll just tell you. That way we can, have more of a storyline. Everybody's having a good time at this photo shoot. Let's get to the craziness. Oh, Lord, this whispering Brooklyn heifer has all the sex appeal of Miranda Hobbs. Alex, we can tell you're uncomfortable. Oh, Lord. You look as happy as Riley Burris. Back in the city with Jill Zarin. Jill goes to lunch with Luann, and they get to talking about Kelly can go on and some more. So they're in St. Paul. And Jill gonna do a pop-up since she said, oh, I was gonna be in the Caribbean anyway. Luann's like, girl, don't go Bethenny there. Alex, I cannot believe it. That's the whispering white heifer's name. How do I not know her name when it's mine? Jill also wants to patch things up with Bethenny. Luann is just shaking her head like, don't do it, girl. Don't do it. It's so interesting to see them looking younger. Not looking young, but younger. Later that night, Bethenny's making dinner for everyone as her gift because we're here for Ramomo's vowel renewal. Not vowel. Wow, you got your vows renewed right before you got divorced. So Bethenny's in the kitchen. Sonia, Alex, and Ramomo are outside with Kelly Kilgomb and so. The three girls are enjoying the drinks and the appetizers. However, Kelly Kilgomb and Simone is on her BlackBerry. Lord, this old. And Alex is like, look at her, look at her, look at her. Sonia's like, look, we're getting along. I'm not going there. This is sad. Kelly's behavior makes Ramona look sane. Ramona tells her to go in the other room, and she's like, lay off, lay off, lay off. Everybody's like, oh, she high again. She high again. So Bethenny comes out to join the girls, and Ramona is saying that Kelly was being rude on the phone with her daughter on speaker. But Kelly comes out and said, this is not your life. When it's about your family, then you can talk about it. But this is my life and my family. Oh, God. So Kelly's tasting some of the salsas that Bethenny made. And she said, did you make it yourself? And Bethenny said, yes. Oh, well, most chefs don't. Bethenny's like, oh, God, this again. Yep. You'd think she'd forget with all this medication. Why? Why are they forcing Kelly to sit across from Bethenny? Why couldn't Sonia just freaking move? Sonia just move. No, that was production. But Bethenny comes out and says, Kelly, if you don't want to sit across from me, you don't have to. Why does she attack me all the time? So they finally move her next to Ramomo so she ain't got to sit across from Bethenny. Coming up. So Kelly ain't eating her crab cake. She waiting for the steak. So Kelly done eaten half her steak and now her knife isn't working. So Bethenny just takes the plate into the kitchen. Oh, because hers still had the string around it. Lord. So Sonia's complimenting Bethenny on her meal, and she said, I should know I had a 5-star chef on my yacht. And Kelly gonna look at Sonia and say, we know about the past. That ain't your yacht no more. But once upon a time. However, Ramona says, I'm surprised I haven't heard from Jill. The guy that's working outside of my window is so cute, it doesn't even matter that it's noisy. Oh, God, Kelly. You just can't stay on top. Welcome to Bethenny's world about how people are talking about her because everybody's attacking me. Kelly, you're trying to dominate the conversation, but you ain't got shit to say, but gibberish. You're all white noise. You're all just white noise. Fair. They are just white noise. So now Ramona's like, oh no, I need to be the center of attention. So she goes to sit on Bethenny's lap. And then Kelly's like, are you going to have a moment? Are you going to make out with song? Okay, we're going to need a timeout right now. Kelly said, well, I want you to zip it. Ramona wants her to zip it. Well, you made her cry, Ramona. You made her cry. Did you tell her that you made her cry? Ramona asked Sonia to take her away. Sonia said, I can't diffuse her anymore. So Ramona says, you know what, Bethenny, let's just go have a moment. Back at the table, Sonia and Alex are trying to make sense to Kelly, but that's not going to happen. So Alex said, you know, I was nervous to get in front of your camera. And Kelly says, oh, so you were having nightmares about me while I was having nightmares about Bethenny killing me. What is she on? Because I never want to take it. Oh my God, the way Sonia said, we don't really know what's going on. It's hard to follow this conversation. Ooh, this is almost on the line of it shouldn't be aired, but I'm going to allow it. So now she starts attacking Alex, talking about, you know, with this black eyeliner and white face makeup, you look like a panda, which I can actually see. So literally all the girls make an excuse to go inside and leave Sonia with her. And Sonia's like, you're acting crazy. And Kelly continues to be crazy. Meanwhile, Bethenny is so happy to be vindicated because she's been seeing this version of Kelly the whole time. So now all the girls come back and Kelly's talking about the truth. And Bethenny says, so tell me the truth. What's the truth? I want to hear it. And she says, you can't handle the truth. Well, I can. Come on. And then Kelly says, oh my God, Al Sharpton. Bethenny looks like a deer in the headlights. Yeah, this is high. This is more than cocaine. Cocaine, cocaine. Maybe it's meth that's on her brain. Her brain. Amphetamine. So they trying to say that Bethenny talked about her kids in the press, but everybody wants proof of that. So Kelly's like, I'm going to excuse myself and come back and have shots later. You don't need to mix alcohol with whatever you take. Bethenny's like, well, girl, she's calling everybody evil. Everybody evil. Me, Alex, soon to be you. I didn't say she was evil. I said she's channeling evil. Kelly said, I'm not ill. I just don't like you because your dad passed away and you're here. That's so weird. I feel like you're trying to kill me every night, Bethenny, and I threw up the night before I came. Go to sleep! Go to sleep! Okay, that's where go to sleep came from. Bethenny, like, Heff, if you don't get in the bed, I'm sick of you. Sonia's like, look, we being mean. This heifer's got an issue. She really off one. All right, so we ended with them treating her with kid gloves and calming the orangutan in the room. Well, let's get to the episode. So we finally got a good viewing of Scary Island. Okay, because there's a lot of references to that where I've always been kind of out of the loop, but it's just Psycho. So now we've got 65 more minutes of Bethenny being a victim. Now that first episode was when Bethenny was young and likable, when she was fresh and new and just getting her business off the ground, not the entitled twat we see today. Oh, Liz Moss is the Handmaid's Tale heifer. Okay, at least there's one honky on here I like. So we start off with Bethenny being called a hoe bag. I would call her at worst a skin flap. Now she do stay with the fiance. She do stay with the man, but I wouldn't necessarily call her a hoe bag. Sonia and Ramona are more hoes. Well, actually, no, they're tramps. Tramps. They tramp around hotels and hotel bars. They hang out with ladies of the evening, but they don't get paid. I would call them tramps. Leah is a hoe. Wow, that house was $250,000 for a week-long rental? I want to do it. So a lot of the girls do jockey to own the trip. I'd just say go on and pay then. Bethenny did say Beverly Hills has a better budget for vacations than Housewives of New York. I want to know why they get the most lavish vacations. I think it's because Bravo is like matching them dollar for dollar. I don't know. Bethenny said, well, in New York, we had to rely on more of the meat of the story because of the clothes and the houses and the cars, and Beverly Hills fill in the blanks for them. She might be a little right. So Bethenny was so happy that, apparently, Kelly Kilgore and Simone had been snubbing Bethenny because they had been out on the same Hampton circuit, but because she had her last name and Bethenny was a guest of a guest of a guest of a guest, Kelly, put her nose in the air and waved it like she just didn't care. And that's why Bethenny had a preconceived notion of her that she wasn't shit. And then she went on the trip and proved it. Girl, but now we having a deep and meaty discussion about the cook versus chef argument. I mean, Bethenny, this is a great way for you to grind your axe and get back at Kelly Kilgore and Ben Simone now that you're, able to gather your words a bit better. But this does seem petty and trite, especially at the end of the episode, get out of here, Carly Red, when you all realized the heifer wasn't well in the head. Oh, Lord, so now we're comparing this to acting, and Bethenny's talking about her acting experience. Honey, you were topless in 2 movies, don't nobody give a shit. You sound like a fool. They really should call this show Self-Importance. If you're true to the heart of what you're doing, even with reality TV, you're just going to be so in the moment and reactive that, it's just like acting. When you imagine how you're going to do a scene and then you actually do the scene and you're responding to the other actor, you're not going to do it how you imagine it. You're going to go off of them. Girl, the way you reached with them short-ass arms. We get to talking about how she jumped when she saw the gift bag. I can't tell if that was her being extra or just, a mental moment. A mental moment. So then they get to talking about Alex and the fact that she was too sane to be on the show. And of course, Bethenny saved her job. The girls are going to bring up you had on kabuki-like makeup. Have some insults for them so that you don't get fired. The same thing happened with Sonia. Sonia was all about the townhouse, and it was just, she was a mess. So I, of course, told her that she was about to get fired and saved the day. Bethenny pats herself on the back. That's what the podcast should be called. Oh, she said, I got Sonia going about Tinsley being a freeload nobody living in her townhouse. And that kept Sonia from letting go because that lit a fire under her. Ramona got upset that the production ate all of the leftover crab cakes Bethenny made because they were apparently good. She had a shit fit. Apparently, though, Kelly did like her salad dressing, and Martha Stewart also doesn't like Bethenny but likes Bethenny's salad dressing. I want to try Bethenny's salad dressing. I love a good dressing. I usually use the Caesar dressing from Panera's At Home line. Meet me at Panera Bread. I like crab. I mean, I can tolerate a crab cake, but if it ain't good, I'm going to leave it there. So we're trying to break down why Kelly was saying things like satchels of gold, and Bethenny's like, I might have said something like a leprechaun's not going to show up with a satchel of gold, so it might not completely be the ravings of a loon, but I don't know. I just can't make sense out of the senseless. So we've basically said this season Bethenny was like the Greek chorus, kind of explaining things to the audience. And when she was screaming to Kelly, go to sleep, Elizabeth said you were screaming for the audience. And she was right, because we were tired of hearing her. Y'all were tired of hearing her. It was time for Betty Bye. Oh! So to stop the scene, Kelly kept calling a producer's name over and over again. And so maybe this is where Denise Richards got the bravo, bravo, bravo idea from. So after the Matt thing, they did shut down filming for that day because it had gone too far off the rails. Oh, Bethenny thought when they took her off the island that she wasn't coming back to the show, that she was going to go to rehab, but they said no, no, no. So that was the line for Bethenny, even though you stayed on for another decade. Alleged what? Alleged who? Allegedly, allegedly. Don't blame, don't sue. Allegedly. Allegedly. Allegedly.